So it is almost a near certainty that the Bahrain and Saudi Grand Prix are both going to be cancelled next month. This, of course, hardly surprising for any of us who watch a program called The News. The US-Israel versus Iran war is causing chaos to the world. Now, F1 has been hosting races in the Middle East for a long time, since 2004, but this is the worst conflict pretty much in the Middle East, and certainly the worst to affect the countries that host Formula 1 since 2004. The huge travel disruption has also been caused to the races outside the Middle East. This week's race in Melbourne, many team members were in Bahrain stuck due to the conflict and were delayed going from testing to Melbourne. The opening round of WEC was postponed in Qatar this week. If you look at a map, Iran is pretty much the dead center of the world, so it's causing a lot of problems. The Chinese and Japanese Grand Prix do look set to go ahead as of recording, but clearly a race in the actual region affected by the conflict is impossible. F1 has been playing a bit of a risky game, hosting 4 Grand Prix in a season in what is the most geopolitically unstable region in the world, and has been for quite a while. And of course, one of the main reasons why this region is so unstable is because of the vast oil reserves and the fight over it. And those oil reserves and the money associated with them are the reason why there's so many Grand Prix being held there. Now, this cancellation may lead to F1 looking at prospects in the long term about whether it's wise to host 4 Grand Prix in this region. They'll probably get them to shut up though with all the money they're throwing at them. It's also been widely reported that if those 2 races get cancelled, there will not be a replacement, which is pretty sad for all of us that want to see Imola or Istanbul on the calendar this year. The problem is the congested calendar means it's really impossible to move races around. Teams are very much set in their travel. It also means it's pretty much impossible to postpone the Bahrain and Saudi races to later on in the season if the conflict stops. And of course, if it doesn't stop, then the Qatar and Abu Dhabi races could be even in danger, even though they are a long way away. This conflict ain't going to end soon, I think. If we're looking for a positive from having those 2 races cancelled, 2 less races for Fernando Alonso to have the misery of driving that awful car out, and maybe gives Aston Martin a bit more time to actually get a competitive package. The F1 budget cap also might be affected by this. We are all very dependent on the oil coming from this region, and it is likely to be disrupted, which means it's going to lead to a spike of inflation, which I'm sure we're all looking forward to. And like what happened in 2022 with the Russia-Ukraine war, F1 had to adjust their budget cap to accommodate this inflation.